We're on.
Perfect. We'll let folks join really quick.
Oh yeah. That's your street. I was gonna go live a couple times earlier today to promote it, but then I didn't have time to do that. So, but it was a thought.
Of course.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, it was the thought that counts.
it was. It was a very good thought. I just wanted to
Live
share
is
that with
supposed to be
y'all.
sporadic anyway. It's, so I'm not sure if we could tell if people are on, if I should get started or not.
We have four.
Okay, cool. Maybe we'll give it like 3 more minutes for people to join and then we'll get started. Okay.
Sounds good.
Hey, everyone that joined so far, we're just giving a few minutes for folks to join. So we'll get started here in 2 minutes.
How was your day,
Thanks for
Josh?
joining.
Did you do important things today?
Of course, I just on calls, make people believe in the cloud, and they just write the checks, and I buy shoes, and I do it all over again.
Do you buy shoes? Are you a shoe person?
Oh, I have more shoes than like a teenage girl. Like I have a lot of shoes.
Are you
I need to make some
serious?
shelving. Yeah, for
I
sure.
gotta see this. I gotta see this picture. I have to take care of this collection.
I had no
Yeah,
idea. I need to see
yeah,
this.
yeah. It's pretty intense. Definitely neck and neck with Emily, which says a lot. So,
That's what's up.
how are things going on your end?
Fun.
Oh,
Busy.
my Dr. Byfield said you better buy stock.
I'm gonna buy stock in Kohan because that's like the shoes I buy the most.
Oh, really? Okay.
I did buy some cryptocurrency for the first time this week though,
I
so I'm
see.
excited
Dope.
about that. No, that's more for the clout. Like I don't
Okay.
expect that to
Okay.
do anything, but I bought some real cryptocurrency besides that.
Okay. All right.
All right, we'll give it 1 more minute here and we'll start 10 after.
Yeah, we gotta have a talk about cryptocurrency.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
Can
because
that talk include explaining to me exactly what it
what
is?
it is. Does anybody know what it is?
Definitely.
uh,
Honestly, I learned from this black lady out of the UK. She like gave me 10 minutes of her time and taught me like everything, and I was off running pretty fast, so would love to teach about it for sure. But
awesome.
um, but I think we can get started here.
Yep.
All right. So thanks everyone for joining. This is our 2021 kickoff for Black Orlando Tech. We have a lot of great events coming on here shortly over the next few months, as well as our cohorts and stuff kicking off in the next few months, and as well as some of the initiatives that we have going on with like the data pipeline. For those who haven't interfaced with us before, bear with me if you're like the bot fam and you've been here for years. But Black Orlando Tech is a nonprofit organization working to accelerate minority economic advancement through tech careers. Also helping entrepreneurs with like trying to get funding and the skills needed to be able to raise funding. And our overall mission is for us to get 10,000 minorities into tech by 2025. We've gotten some grants from the city. We've worked with all types of great organizations like EA Sports and other organizations that are in Central Florida. Look to continue to expand our reach. And I think for the next slide, you can hear more from Tiffany Spencer, who's our president. I realized I didn't introduce myself. I feel like I went celebrity status, something like you know who I am already, but or maybe a mixtape rapper. I'm Joshua Tech Dev Walker. I'm one of the VPs of Black Orlando Tech and one of the founders. I primarily work in the cloud computing space, and I am also one of the cohort leads for cloud and also one of the leads for our data pipeline initiative. So with that, Tiffany, would you want to introduce yourself, and then we can have Rose introduce herself as well?
Sure. I'm Tiffany Spencer. I am. I work in the Salesforce space. I have a nonprofit, and I am the current president, outgoing president of Black Orlando Tech. Super excited about this past year, and even more excited about this upcoming year. What else was I supposed to say? Was that it?
Oh, I mean, you're like a Salesforce god. Like you didn't mention that at all. So like,
A Salesforce superhero, all of that.
Yes,
Yes.
she is.
Thank you.
Oh, and I am Rose Legis. I am, what am I? CEO of RL Engineering Tech Solutions. I taught the data analytics cohort, coordinate the Tech Startup Series. We'll be talking about that later. And what is my title? Executive Director. I am the Executive Director.
Oh, that's gonna change. So
Yeah, we're going through some changes.
all for the better, though.
Mhm.
So I think we can go to the next slide. So we just wanted to have this, this quick session with everyone to kind of highlight what's upcoming. We have a lot of involvement in the community in various aspects. One of the biggest things we're a part of right now is Itronicon, which is a huge tech-centric conference in Central Florida, and we're going to be partaking and leading a few different sessions there. With tomorrow us doing the Orlando Hidden Figures segment, where we're going to be highlighting a lot of local heroes within the tech community that we feel are making huge impacts, but aren't necessarily getting the shine they deserve. So look forward to that session. We also for the February 13th, I think that Rose, if you want to talk more about the Tech Connect panel.
Yeah, so we partnered up. We were actually on the advisory council for Orlando Science Center's Otronicon, and we've been working on that since last year. Black Orlando Tech will be actually powering their Tech Connect panel that will be happening this Saturday from 6 to 8:30. The Tech Connect panel, and it's also a networking event. So the Tech Connect panel is, we have a couple of, about 6 individuals from the tech space in Central Florida who will be coming and talking about their their journey into tech. And what we want you to get from the tech panel is to show that everybody's journey into tech is different. It doesn't really matter where you start off from, where you're at. You can basically pivot. Anyone can pivot into tech if that's what their goal is. So we'll definitely want to highlight that. We want to highlight a couple of one of our Black Orlando Tech committee members that will be on the panel, and that is Gabe Perez. Gabe actually started off with a bachelor's in political science, and within I think under 9 months, started off taking a cohort with Josh, and within 9 months had cybersecurity certifications, back-end development under their belt, and is now in tech and was able to pivot in 9 months. So we want to showcase stories like that. And then afterwards, there will be a networking event with some of the tech companies, again, local tech companies. We'll have exhibit booths open, and there will be representatives from those companies there available to talk to you regarding, either it be a tech organization, an education institute, or actually a company itself that you're interested in applying to and getting a position with, and you'll be able to communicate with them. Again, this is
Awesome. Yeah.
yep, you're good.
And you can hear Rose speak about this tomorrow on WMFE tomorrow morning.
Awesome.
So
Yes.
if you happen to listen to NPR like I do, I love it. I'll be listening for Rose tomorrow.
Yes. Awesome.
Oh,
Okay,
someone
well,
asked, how do we get info to have a tech booth? I'm not sure if we have any information we can share.
Yes. If you're interested in having a booth for that event, please email me at rose@blackorlandotech.org, and I will connect you with the Atronicon board and see if we can get you a booth at that event. Definitely. And I believe, there's virtual booths available also. But if you want a physical booth, definitely connect with me, and we'll be able to work that out.
Awesome. And then so we know that Atronicon's like a paid event, so we are going to do a bigger version of the Orlando Hidden Figures. That's going to be just a bot event that'll be free for everyone. I'm calling it the Orlando Hidden Figures Deluxe version that will bring back and highlight even more folks from our community.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the Rollins panel, I know that was something you were super close to, Rose. So I didn't know if you wanted to highlight that one particularly.
Yeah. So Rollins, their Black Student Union connected with us, and they're going to also have a Black History event, and their event is focused on highlighting Black run companies and nonprofit organizations here in Orlando. They connected with us, wanted a bot to participate. We're all about collaborations or partnerships with our local community. So we definitely said yes, and that we would be joining in. And so that event is actually for the Rollins students, but we will be having, it will be recorded. And so we will have that, recording up. But if you are a Rollins student, or of a Rollins student, that will definitely tell them to tune in to us for that event.
Awesome. And then last but not least for February, as February is a packed month for us, as we wanted to make the most out of course, Black History Month, with us, trying to kick off the year as well, so that we can get that great energy back that we always bring with Black Orlando Tech. We have the restock photo shoot with Kenya Robinson and the Orlando Museum of Art, which we're really excited about. We'll send out more communication on that directly from our email list. If you're not a part of our email list, definitely go to blackorlandotech.org and join us. That's one of the big ways that we put out information, really quickly. And then moving into March, we have some more, action-packed events happening with us, working with EA Sports once again for a virtual networking event. The great thing about kind of the relationship we've gained with EA Sports is that they're, actively interested in, whoever's interested in working at EA Sports and revealing what skills are needed to work at EA Sports as far as like the tech roles that they have. So we look forward to reestablishing that connectivity with them and having you guys be a part of that and having a direct connect with you guys to EA Sports. And then, of course, we have our tech cohorts kicking off. If you guys haven't been a part of them or know about them, they are 8-week instructor-led courses where, an example, I led the cloud computing cohort where, we had a class of around like 10 or 12 folks, and we went from 0 to them being able to pass their first AWS exam, which is the AWS practitioner exam. Gabe was kind of like my student 0 that went through kind of all that stuff even before the first cohort, and now works at Orlando Health. So great success story there. And then for the startup series, I know Tiffany and Rose, you guys are like the muscle behind that. So I don't know if you want to talk about the tech startup series.
It's just Rose. I just get to show up and look pretty and smile.
So one of the things I wanted to go back real quick for the EA Sports, it actually will be a private event because it's limited numbers. So we will connect, just basically as soon as you see that event open, definitely sign up because space is limited and it is a event just specifically for the bot community. And so definitely, again, when that comes up, sign up. And then the tech cohorts, I wanted to add, the goal is for our participants who go through each round at the end to get a certification. And so we'll have the 8-week cycles. We're thinking about extending it out to 10, but we'll have the 8-week cycles. And then at the third cycle will be almost like a study for one of the certifications we've identified for that skill. And then if you take the certification and pass it, we will also reimburse for that certification. And so those are things that, definitely a great opportunity. I mean, some of these to get a certification, I mean, some educational cohorts are super expensive. And then on top of that, this is going to be super affordable. And on top of that, you're going to get a certification when you're done, in 24 to 30 weeks. So again, definitely sign up when they become available. For the Tech Startup Series, we did a pilot program last year. It is geared at tech startups and businesses that are tech infused. It focuses on getting the business mindset, basically getting a business ready and in the position to join a bigger accelerator or incubator here in the local area. That series will actually be expanded out because we did the pilot program. We only did 10 participants. We'll be expanding that out to 100. And also, this series is going to be a lot more intense in terms of the different things that we're going to be doing. So we're looking to get those who join to get them certified and ready to work with the government. We're also looking to get them on the different supplier diversity lists, and that way they can work with some of these local companies like Disney, Orlando Health, and different companies. So there's a lot of things that we have working on capability statements. You'll have that complete business model canvas. We're bringing experts in from the local area that will be doing working sessions and working through each of these steps with you. And by the time you're done, you'll have your business plan set and ready to go, have your certification. And there's other, different things that we want to have. And then we're also going to be having a pitch competition at the end. Hopefully, if COVID is acting right, it'll be physical. If not, we'll have it virtually. But definitely we'll be having a pitch competition to showcase those who have gone through the program. And the other point I wanted to add is we're also going to have a creative services track, which will be focused on the same Tech Startup Series, but focused on creative service businesses. And so, again, additional information will be coming out. Look forward to that.
Awesome. Thanks for that, Rose. I think, too, one of the advantages you have from the tech cohorts is that you're working with like industry professionals that are kind of in the weeds right now, whereas like when you go to other courses, it's usually someone that's like a career instructor or they haven't really been in the field for a while. So my group knows, and we run all of our cohorts the same, is that everything we teach is based on real world scenarios. So I think you get a lot in those 8 to 10 weeks. And then last but not least, as far as events that for like this first quarter is the April event that we're mapping out the details for, but we're going to be meeting with United States Navy for a tech panel, which is great because we're talking about how we're going to tie into like some of the tech startup series stuff where we'll be able to enable you guys to either get employment in, these within like the government sector or be able to get contracts from there. So look forward to that. And I'll try not to make fun of the Navy as I'm a ex-Army person, but It should be a fun panel.
Yeah.
That
I
was
think
a
we
lot
can
of
go to
good
the
ones.
next.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
This is only
Starting
this is
strong.
only 3 months. This is only 3 months. We have a lot more definitely coming.
So yeah, I can talk through some of the cohorts that we have. This isn't an exhaustive list as we pivot based off of what's like the hot thing in the industry, like who's hiring and what careers have longevity. So these are the ones we know aren't going away anytime soon. Starting with cloud engineering, I'm a little biased there, but definitely a hot field. My personal story is like I got into cloud all through certifications and just working with like on side projects. So especially now with the adoption that's happening has skyrocketed because of COVID, because of everyone working remote. So like when everything was kind of going down in the heat of everything, this like our field like exploded, and there's a lot more roles than there used to be. And then programming, general programming track is always useful. I came from being a general programmer to going into cloud engineering. Those are principles that translate to a bunch of different fields within tech. Tiffany, I don't know if you want to talk about Salesforce as you're like, the community champion and give people superpowers and stuff. So,
Yeah, so I'm what's called a Salesforce MVP, which is like the top of the Salesforce influencer chain. It's like when I get the blue check mark, it's like that sort of, I guess. So I'm also the Orlando Salesforce User Group co-leader. And so if you're not familiar with Salesforce, Salesforce is a pretty big company. They bought Slack. If you didn't hear about that, last year they bought Tableau. And so Tableau was a Salesforce product. And so they're a pretty big company. But I find that a lot of individuals are not familiar with Salesforce and with the career opportunities that are in Salesforce. But by 2022, there'll be 3.5 or 3.3 million new jobs in the Salesforce
wow.
ecosystem. There are a number of different career paths from Salesforce administrator, Salesforce developer. If you're interested in digital marketing, there's a marketing product, um, Einstein Analytics, like you said, Tableau. There's just so many different career paths. And basically, almost all of the Fortune 500, 100 companies, majority of them use Salesforce. So 97 of the top Fortune 100 utilize Salesforce in some aspects in their business. And even if you look at the biggest corporations here in Central Florida, Disney, Universal, Marriott, the Holiday Inn, the government, um, they all utilize Salesforce in some aspect in their business. And so and then you have Deloitte, the big building here. They have a whole Salesforce division, right? And so there are a ton of career opportunities, and these are higher paying jobs because you can work virtually. And so, whereas here in Central Florida, sometimes some of the tech salaries are not. As high as we would like them to be. And the good thing about careers in Salesforce is that you can work virtually. Um, and the salaries are a little bit more competitive. And so I do a number of courses, but I do a hands-on 8-week course where we work with a nonprofit, do a Salesforce implementation. That way participants get hands-on experience. Um, they're learning about how to administer Salesforce, and I help with helping you earn your certification and connecting you to internships and other partners. I actually have a Salesforce consulting company, and so one of the areas that participants will have access to is actually interning with my company. And so lots of opportunities there. I've been doing this for a while, and I don't know if Shayla's on, but Shayla Mark is one of our participants who was like my student zero, who was able to pivot from a career in education. She wasn't a teacher, but a career in education, working for the school system, to an actual career as a Salesforce administrator for an educational company, right? And so perfect, like amazing position, just a great story. And those are the kinds of things, like Josh is saying, that we want to continue to do and talk about and make happen.
For sure. And I can say for this entire list, these are all like remote enabled roles. Like a lot of companies, some companies are shutting down offices for good. So
Yeah.
learning these skills will make it so you probably have a lot of flexibility in the future to be able to work from home. To kind of go through more of the list a little bit, and I'll kind of commingle data science and data analytics, although I know they're drastically different, Rose, so don't beat me.
No,
But
you're
um,
fine.
um, I primarily work in life sciences and healthcare, so a lot of stuff I work on is data science or data analytics related, and these are hot skills that are not going away. There's more data than we can use, and there'll probably be more data than we can use forever. So if
Mhm.
you're that person that can, turn, this crude oil into something that someone can put in their car, if you will, then you'll be worth your weight in gold and definitely can work remote.
Yeah.
For front end development, one of the other positive things from COVID is a lot of folks that started businesses and everything. So even if you're like looking to be more in the freelance track, like front end development is a good place where someone's always going to need a website. Someone is going to always going to need to start something new, and having those skills are just even though I hate building websites now, it's still a skill that I have that that helps, sometimes here and there. And then for the digital marketing, I mean, that's worth its weight in gold as well.
Mhm.
When you build these solutions, they still have to like make money. So having someone that can drive traffic to your website or application, this is a skill set that will always be around as well. And digital marketing is always changing, constantly. So definitely a huge field. And then last but not least, cybersecurity is like, if cloud is growing exponentially, cyber might be growing just a lot faster, as like the landscape is getting so wide, and there's so many products coming out. They need people that are able to secure like these gigantic environments and keep these businesses safe. So if you like keeping people safe and being the hero, cybersecurity might be for you. But yeah, these are some of the cohorts that we have. Like I said, there might be more that we spin off based on like the demand in the market, but wanted to kind of highlight all of them at a high level. So.
Yeah.
So I think this was our main point of the session was to let you guys know what events were coming up and kind of just reacquaint you to all of the cohorts that we have coming up here soon and all of the initiatives. If you guys have any specific questions, feel free to email info@blackorlandotech.org. That goes directly to all of us, where we'll be able to answer your question as soon as possible. But we look forward to re-engaging with you guys, and hopefully once people do the right thing and get vaccinated, then meet you guys back in Credo Conduit, hopefully in the summer. So I don't
And
know if
don't
there's,
I
yeah,
was going
go
to
ahead.
say the only other thing is we are looking for volunteers and committee members. And so we are growing a lot. I mean, like you saw the list of events. And so we need a lot more help. And so if you are interested in volunteering with Black Orlando Tech, please send us an email at info@blackorlandotech.org. Look out for a sign up form. We'd like to learn more about you. We're looking for volunteers in areas such as event planning, marketing. Um, we need help managing some of our memberships and community relationships. And so, this is really a great opportunity to be a part of a growing organization that is building relationships across the entire city and state, honestly. And so, this is a great opportunity if you're looking to make your mark. We'd be happy to meet with you to discuss some of the positions we have available.
Awesome. All right.
Awesome.
Thank you for coming.
All right,
Thank
thanks
you.
everyone.